I think you have to put in the work in this industry to be a part of it. It would be pretty insane to not have sunk your fucking whole entire soul into it to even fathom trying to open like a shop. I don't think you can really fucking fake the funk on that one.
You don't open a skate shop thinking you're gonna get rich. You do it, you know, because it's in your blood.
He had my back, and that's like, just brothers, like, go.
The space used to be Walt Disney's first animation studio ever. And I'm like, you're kidding me.
Going into this, I mean, yeah, it's like blood, sweat, and tears to be invested. But no matter what, if everybody pulls out, like, we're still here for skateboarding. DJ Chavez.
I'm Patrick Melcher. We're a couple of ex-pro skaters, and this is our skate shop.
Kingswell.
So I grew up in the Midwest in Rockford, Illinois, and it's really cold there in the winters. My dream was to go to San Diego. As soon as I turned 18, boom, that was it. Moved out there and got sponsored right away by a company called Human. They started another little sister company called Enemy, and I was one of the first dudes on there. Then I had a devastating knee injury. Moved back to Chicago, went to school, pretty much just gave up the skate dream. And right as I was graduating college, I was like, back on killing and winning all these contests, all the local contests, and going out to Tampa and doing well. Got sponsored from my dream company, which was Black Label. Right as I was graduating, it was like that moment where, hey, we're gonna turn you pro. And I'm like, fuck, I just spent all this time in school. Do I do this pro thing that's probably gonna last 3 or 4 or 5 years? It's pro skateboarding. How do you say no? So fuck school, fuck the career, went this route and ended up having like a 10, 12 year pro career. Toured everywhere, met everybody, dream come true shit. So cool. So then when like the kind of pro money was dwindling out, I had a pretty good reserve in my bank account, and I'm like, well, what do we do with this? Let's think about it. And I had a buddy who had some money too, and we pulled it together and we were like, let's start a tattoo shop. How hard could it be, right? We quickly found out that you cannot open a tattoo shop if you're not a fucking tattooer. And I was like, well, fuck, I can open a skate shop because I'm a skater. So let's do that. So we'll do half tattoo, half skate. And that's kind of how Kingswell was birthed. Anybody can call up a distribution like South Shore or AWS or whatever and get whatever product you want, but you gotta have some connections. Luckily, we're two ex-pro skaters, and with DJ, man, like he knows everybody because he's been on that side of it, making all those calls. So together, we work really well.
Been skating since '85. I've been obsessed with it since I saw it. Giant Distribution came through when I was like 16 and did a demo, and they had just restarted the New Deal. It never like came to like fruition with it, but I got my first like 20 board box from those dudes. It was sick. I came to California because of Think Skateboards when I was 21. So I traded my full-time job for $500 and a couch. I started skating with Patrick around then because he was on Black Label. I actively walked away from skateboarding as like a job years before everybody else, and I actually moved away, moved back, and worked in the industry, like ran Muska's shop, Baker Boys Distribution, and then was GM Brooklyn Projects, and Melch just kind of like hit me up and was like, do our own shit. And he had my back, and that's like just brothers, like, go. Everybody's gonna learn how to shoot the shop photos now.
Getting from like just opening a store and being in debt because you just bought all this product, you gotta grow quick as you can, and what helped us do that was having events. We have a pretty good, strong community, and that helped build our name pretty quickly, I think, because we were doing it at least once a month.
Once a month, if not twice. We went for it. You can't look at it from any other retail's perspective as far as like a business is concerned, because you have to incorporate that immediately in that you are a space for hanging out and not necessarily spending money. And that's a big part of our community. It's a big part of skateboarding in general. So if you're just trying to sell, you're not gonna ever build community. You gotta embrace like all the rats, you know what I mean?
You don't open a skate shop thinking you're gonna get rich. You do it, you know, because it's in your blood. And, you know, and that comes with all the ups and downs.
Skateboarding is night and day difference from when I started in the shop when I was a kid. The landscape has changed, you know, with big business being a part of it. But now we're at a point where skateboarding is major show. We got Olympics and we have these big companies that are invested into it. And it's negotiating your core spirit in a big business atmosphere. But at the end of the day, like Patrick said, trying to get rich, you're in the fucking wrong business. If you're down to go through the highs and the lows, like, you're probably gonna stick around, you know what I mean? But no matter what, if everybody pulls out, we're still here for skateboarding.
Well, the reason we opened in Los Feliz is because I lived like 4 blocks away, and cruising the neighborhood, there was a void of that home base where skaters could hang out, because there's not a skate park, there wasn't at the time, and there wasn't a skate shop right here. So the idea of the tattoo and skate being right here was perfect. And it worked out amazingly, because the space I walked into, the woman working there, I was like, this space is so cool. Are you guys ever planning on leaving? And she's like, I'm leaving next month. Like, I'm moving up the street. And I'm like, yo, like, what's the rent? Can I meet the landlord? And she's all, dude, you're in, trust me. Like, he doesn't have anybody lined up. So I went and talked to him, and we worked it out, and we got into the space. And then the next day I go in, I'm like, hey man, I met him, it's cool. Like, he gave me keys already, it's insane. And she goes, you know about the Disney thing, right? And I'm all, it's the Disney thing, what are you talking about? Yeah, the space used to be Walt Disney's first animation studio ever. And I'm like, you're kidding me. Why is he not upcharging me on the rent for that? So this is like full historic space. Like Kingswell in 1923, Roy and Walt Disney opened the very first Disney Brothers animation studio, and I get to have it as my skate shop now. Couldn't be better. Like, I couldn't even think of anything better than that. So then we become de facto Disney historians, because people walk in and they want to know, like, what's up? We've even gone so far as to have our buddy Jason, like, took it upon himself to really go into the historian aspect of it and find out what the floor plan was. And then we got tour buses pulling up, you know, with floods of people coming from Disneyland or wherever, and they come in and they're like, oh my God.
It's pretty remarkable to have like that crazy Disney fandom actually like come in more stoked than like some skateboarders coming in here for their first time ever. They come in and like fully like ask for a tour.
Yeah, a tour. And you're like, well, here's where we keep the Spitfires.
Yeah.
Every skater-owned skate shop is owned by a dude who went into a skate shop when he was a kid and found a fucking community and found a home and wants to provide that to whatever community he's building his new home for them in, you know? If there's a void in your area, in your marketplace, and there's kids who need that shit, like, you get to provide that for them, and that's really special, because we all had that when we were kids. He got sponsored by the shop team, and that was the fucking spark that lit the fucking let's get a pro career going, you know? Like, there's a lot of kids who just need some guidance and something to fucking do, man, you know? And every skate shop is gonna be that thing for them that can like send them on the right path. Not the right path, but a better path.
I'd say important milestones in the shop has been every single year that we made it through.
Anybody who owns a small business or even works at a small business, damn, you made it 10 years, fucking congratulations, you know?
Like, we never even celebrated 1, 3, 5. There was always something in it. We finally, like, we had to, I was like, we gotta do something for 10, right? We banged that out. And we want another 10 more for sure.